On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard are you on yourself? How hard are you on yourself when you're not doing things quote unquote exactly right? I know we're trying to follow all the rules, do all the things, check all the boxes to improve our fertility. And if we don't get pregnant, we think it's because we didn't do everything exactly right. But I'm here to break that mindset. I'm here to give you a new tip, a new trick, and a new mindset to take into your fertility journey to make it so much easier. Okay? It's called the 80/20 rule. We're going to break down what it is, what it looks like in your fertility journey, and how it can change things for you. So let's dive right in. Hey friend, welcome to the Fruitful Fertility Podcast. Do you want to better understand your body so you can get pregnant naturally? Do you find yourself up late at night Googling how to ovulate on your own or natural fertility tips? Do you feel lost on what your next step should be? Hey, I'm Tori, a registered nurse, Christian fertility coach, and your new TTC BFF. When I started my fertility practice, I realized how much the modern medical system was missing when it came to supporting women trying to get pregnant. I knew God had called me to this space to bridge that gap and provide more natural fertility support and education. With time and a little trial and error, I found a foundational way to assess infertility cases and get better results. In this podcast, you will finally understand how your body and fertility work, support to stay off that emotional roller coaster, and a proven strategy to improve ovulation and increase your fertility naturally. If you're ready to get started, drop those ovulation sticks and grab a pen because, girl, you look fertile to me. Another episode of the Fruitful Fertility Podcast. If you are new here, this is a great time to jump in because I've got a fun announcement, but we're also going to talk about something today that's really simple, the 80/20 rule, and it's something that if you carry it with you through the rest of your fertility journey, it'll make it so much easier. If you were an OG, this is going to be a great reminder for you. If you've been listening to the podcast, applying the steps, working on creating your perfect fertility routine, this is a reminder you need so that you don't get stuck, you don't get stressed out, and you keep moving forward. So it's going to be a simple topic, but it's really powerful, which I feel like I say about a lot of the things I teach on this podcast, but that's why I love this so much. My job is to make your fertility journey easier, is to fill you with empowerment and encouragement and the step-by-step process and make it so dang simple. And the first way I'm going to do that is with that fun announcement I was talking about, and that is that I have a new free resource for you guys. It's called the Improve Your Fertility Masterclass. This is about a 30-minute video where I go over what's affecting your fertility, what your doctor didn't tell you, how to better understand your body and maybe why you're not getting pregnant, and then a 4-step framework on how you can improve it. So if you were at the boot camp, this is kind of what we covered in the boot camp, but in a condensed version. And if you wanted to come to the boot camp but missed it, it's all in this free masterclass. So use the link is in the show notes. So use that link, get signed up. You'll get that free masterclass, and it will just hopefully make a light bulb go off for you. And you'll be like, oh, now I understand. And now I know what I can do. Now I know what my next best step is. So I have that for you, totally free, grab it. But let's jump into what the heck the 80/20 rule is. I came across the 80/20 rule when I really dove into non-toxic living, which non-toxic living is the term people use when you start looking for products that are non-toxic. So beauty products, cleaning products, anything like that is free of harmful chemicals, endocrine disruptors, those kind of things. And the 80/20 rule really saved me. So what it is it's the mindset that 80% of the time we're going to do the best we can. We're going to quote unquote follow the rules. And 20% of the time, we're going to live our life. We're going YOLO. It is what it is. We live in the real world and it's just the way things are. We're not going to miss out on fun and convenience completely, but 80% of the time we're going to do our best. And the reason why this is so effective is because if you try to be perfect all the time, you're going to create extra stress. And that extra stress is a fertility killer, and we don't want anything to do with it. So we're going to apply the 80/20 rule throughout our lives, not just our fertility journey, but throughout our lives, to just make life easier. And it helps us stay on track. If you're trying to be perfect all the time, then the one time you fall off and you're not perfect, you kind of spiral, right? Like, oh, I'm no good. I might as well not even do this anymore. But the 80-20 rule gives you a little bit of grace, gets rid of that stress, and helps you stay on track. So again, I got started when I dove into non-toxic living, and I was really trying to switch and ditch my whole house, trying to swap to safer products. And I was in all these Facebook groups where, like, non-toxic living Facebook groups where people were talking about what products they liked. And it seemed like such an unhealthy environment. I even said this to a girl in the Boost Your Fertility Blueprint, one of my students. She had asked about it, and I was like, leave those groups, girl. Leave the groups. If they're making you feel some kind of way, they're making you feel stressed, leave them, because it's not always a healthy environment. But I was getting really stressed out because if I used something that I felt like wasn't perfectly clean, or didn't know if it was perfectly clean, I was like, oh, I'm using toxic products. This is so bad for my health. But what's worse for your health is feeling that way all the time. So I really had to draw a boundary and be like, all right, 80% of the time I'm going to use non-toxic products, and 20% of the time it is what it is. And a perfect example of this is I really loved natural skincare products. I really loved cleaning, a lot of non-toxic cleaning products that I use. But one thing I didn't love was hair care for a long time. I couldn't find a natural non-toxic shampoo that didn't make my hair feel weird. And a lot of the natural non-toxic shampoos like don't get sudsy. And it's just a mental thing, right? But it made me feel like my hair wasn't clean because it wasn't getting bubbly. And so for a long time, I just didn't worry about it. I just kept all my other non-toxic products, but I kept my regular shampoo because I only wash my hair twice a week. So that's much different than something we use all the time. So let's say I'm putting lotion on every single night before I go to bed. That needs to be clean. If I'm washing my hair twice a week, that's way less than every single night, right? So you can see that is a great example of the 80-20 rule. We don't have to be perfect to get pregnant. We just have to make small changes, take baby steps, and focus on that progress, not perfection. So again, why do you need this on your fertility journey? Because we want to minimize stress. We've said it before, stress is a fertility killer, and the stress of trying to be perfect is going to be worse for you than whatever it is you're trying to avoid. And when you give yourself permission to do the 80-20 rule, it really creates these like tangible, healthy boundaries. So I want you to think about applying, let's do nutrition for an example. We're trying to eat fertility friendly foods. We're trying to make sure that we're getting all that protein, fat, and fiber in that we know we need. So an 80-20 rule would be 5 days of the week, 80% of the week, we're eating at home cooked meals with whole food, protein, fat, and fiber at every meal. And then the other 2 days, we're not that worried about it. We're going to get margaritas and Mexican with our girlfriends and laughing and having a great time, because that is also good for us. That joy is also good for us. And if we have to grab a quick lunch because we forgot our homemade lunch at home and we need to run through a drive-through, we're not guilting ourselves over it. We're saying, this is my 80-20 rule. And it just helps you give yourself more grace and stay on track. The whole all or nothing mentality is just not healthy for anyone, in my opinion. So we're giving ourselves a little grace and a little bit of balance. You could apply that same logic of 5 days a week on, 2 days a week off, to getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, to exercising. So you're exercising, 4 or 5 days a week and not worrying about the other ones. You could really play around with it and make it look like however you want it to. The point is just the balance. So while this example is really simple, this episode is even pretty short, I just want you to know that if you would take this mindset into your fertility journey and your fertility routine with you, you will keep going. It will encourage you, motivate you, and make life way more fun. We don't need to feel like we're like in this prison cell because we're trying to improve our fertility. We need to live our life and enjoy it. And if you go back and listen to any of the success stories on this podcast, the case studies of the women who've got pregnant working with me, you'll find in those stories that they said, well, I didn't do XYZ, but I did do this. Or the only thing I really changed is this. So there's perfect evidence all over this podcast, all over the clients that I've worked with that have gotten pregnant, where perfection was not required. So be a little kinder to yourself, make your life a little easier, and apply the 80-20 rule. If you're looking to make it even more simple, you're looking for a step-by-step plan to know exactly what to do, understand why you're doing it, and to improve your fertility naturally, again, grab that free Masterclass training that I just dropped for you guys. Then I want you to come to the free Facebook group and tell me how you're going to apply the 80-20 rule to your fertility journey this week. We're going to share our ideas, hold each other accountable, and do this together. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this episode touched your heart or taught you something, I'd be honored if you share it with a friend who could use the information too. And if you want to be the real MVP, then would you also take 30 seconds to tap those 5 stars at the bottom and leave a written review telling me what you're loving? It lights me up to know this podcast is really helping you. Don't forget, you're super cute and super fertile, so meet me back here next week and let's keep chatting and learning together.